Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Minnesota Twins have fired their manager, Rocco Baldelli, the former manager of the year, after it's such a bad season of going 70-92. I mean, it's kind of crazy where things started. Compare where things started to where things ended. His first season as a manager, I don't think you could ask for a better season, as he led this Minnesota Twins team in 2019 to 100 wins. In his first year as a manager, he won Manager of the Year, and they had a couple seasons after that. Really, there was really only after that only one season that they made the postseason. Well, 2020 they made the postseason, and they were 36-24. I'm sorry, I'm not going to count that. Look, I'm not saying that the championship of 2020 for the Dodgers doesn't count, but I'm not going to count making the playoffs in 2020 and when you were 60 games in, because let's not act like there are times when there are teams that they're 60 games into the season are looking great through 60 games and then collapse throughout the season. Like, look at this year, 60 games in. I mean, you had teams like the Astros who are playing really good baseball who are not in the playoffs now. You had a team like the Giants. I was looking at the Giants today and how they kind of collapsed, because I was talking about Bob Melvin being fired, and the Giants were 41-31 through 82 games. Right when they traded for Rafael Devers, what happened? They finished 81-81 through 80 games. The Giants would have been in the playoffs, and so I think it's bad to look at that second season where they made the playoffs. In the second year, making the playoffs 2 years in a row. Yeah, he made the playoffs 2 years in a row in his first two seasons, but what could have happened if it was a 162 season? But then they made the playoffs again in 2023, going 87-75. But they didn't make it too far, as they lost the ALDS and the Astros. And so we've seen 7 years of Baldelli as the manager for the Minnesota Twins. They've only made the playoffs 3 of those, so not even half of those seasons. And one of those seasons, he and the team, who knows, might have not been in the playoffs if it was a full 162-game season. And they did win the division 3 times, though. I think that wasn't very good in the playoffs. I mean, they played in his tenure with the Twins, they played a total of I think it was 11 playoff games that he managed, and they were 3-8 in the playoffs with him. So, I think you look at what happened with the Twins at the trade deadline, with how many players they traded away and how bad they were selling and the way their record looked like, and you looked at the situation in Minnesota and thought, you had to think, like, oh, it's not looking good for Baldelli. He's probably out as the Twins manager. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on the firing for the Twins in the comment section, and peace out.